Because what I'm going to show you guys here is very, very important, because I know you boys and girls are going to grow up. You're going to want to go out and explore in that desert. I'm also a United States Park Ranger, right? Out here by across street from the college. I've been a park ranger for 45 years. I've seen a lot of things out in that desert. A lot of things, okay? From people getting bit by snakes, people going into mine shafts, desert safety, motorcycles, quads out in the desert, all the desert safety, mine shafts, you know, the caves going in there. So I'm going to explain all that to you guys. And then I'll let you come and see all my snakes and lizards. I'll explain all those, okay? And so I'm going to go through everything. I'll try to answer some questions, okay? So let's go. Okay, first of all, desert safety. How many of you have or know somebody that has a motorcycle or a quad? Just raise your hands. Okay, now watch this. One of my jobs as a park ranger is to go out in that desert and make sure everybody that's on those motorcycles and quads have helmets. Helmets and chest protectors, and not riding double. You know what riding double is on a quad, huh? It's when you're on it like this, the ones with the four wheels, you're like this, and then you have your little brother and sister or the baby in front of you and you're driving like this, right? You can't do that. You can't do that. That's one of the biggest accidents out there in that desert, is driving double, right? You cannot do that, you guys. If I catch you, you're going to get a ticket. Your mom and dad's going to get a big ticket. You're going to get super big. That's one of my biggest rescues out there. Look at this. If you crash out there, this is very important. Not to scare you or nothing, but if you crash out there and I have to go out there and rescue you, you know how much that's going to cost? You know that blue helicopter that flies back and forth to the hospital? If they go out there and pick you up, they're going to fly you to the hospital, and it's going to cost probably close to $200,000, right? Because you didn't wear your helmet. Because I'm going to go up to you, I'm going to find you right there, and I'm going to say, hey, are you okay? And your eyes are cross-eyed and everything. I said, oh, sorry, you're going to the hospital because you didn't wear a helmet. You got to wear your helmet, you guys. You have to, and you cannot ride double, okay? You guys got that? Okay, do not do that, okay? Because you know $200,000 could buy your mom and dad a house. Yeah, and you don't want to look in the mail. You're all, yeah, nothing was wrong with me. I'm good. Let me go home. Then you go home, and then like 3-4 months later, your mom and dad gets this big old bill in the mail, and it says $200,000 that you owe to the hospital. You don't want that, right? So wear your helmet. Go buy a helmet. Go buy a helmet for $60 and wear a helmet, okay? Right? Now, we got that straight. Another one is, a long time ago, if you go to Calico, like when they came all to California to dig for gold, right? They dug all these mine shafts, all these pits out in the desert, all over this desert. They're still wide open, okay? Do not go in those. Don't go in there. Don't let nobody dare you to go in there, okay? Do not go in there, because what happens is that, I'm going to tell you guys. Let's just say you come, you're all, oh, look, you guys are having a party with your friends, you're in high school or young now, and then you say, oh, look, there's this big mine shaft, and goes all the way back there, like 300 feet back there, okay? So here you're outside, and you're full of oxygen, right? You're all full of this oxygen, you're breathing, yeah. And then somebody says, let's go in there. They dare you. Let's go in there. They dare you. I dare you. Let's go in there. And then you decide to go in there. This is what happens, you guys. You're outside, nice fresh oxygen. You know we need oxygen to breathe. So then you go in this big, huge mine shaft, and you're walking, and you're walking, you're walking, and all the oxygen goes like this. The oxygen we need to breathe, say you're halfway, and then it gets to about right here. Then you start getting tired. You're like, I'm just tired. Then your friend said, no, we're almost there. Then you go over here, start walking. The oxygen we're breathing is going lower, 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 and lower. And then you get to the end of the mine shaft, and you say, I'm tired. Then you sit down, you have lunch. You're actually running out of oxygen, you guys. Right? You guys got that? Yeah. You know we need oxygen to breathe. Okay? I've done rescues like that. stay out of those mine shafts. Another thing, people don't know, even a lot of people don't know this. When you go into the mine shaft, the reason why we can't cover the mine shaft to keep people out is because the bats have to go in and out. Right? We have bats that have to fly in and out. If we didn't have bats in this desert, you guys, the mosquitoes would get about that big. They would get big and they would just get hundreds. We get eaten up by mosquitoes. So we need bats because bats eat thousands and thousands and thousands of mosquitoes every single evening. Right? So we need bats. That's why we can't cover up the cage. They have to fly in and out, you guys. Right? But so what we got to do is we have to stay out of those mine shafts, okay? We have to. Another thing, when you go in the mine shaft, people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. There's a snake in there. He's called a liar snake, right? So when you walk in like this and you're like, oh, it looks pretty, it looks safe, and you're looking around here, that snake sits right here. He sits right here, and he's venomous. He has rear fangs. So you know why he sits right there? Because when the bats come out in the evening, thousands of bats come out in the evening, he sits right on the ledge, and he's poosh, and he's just eating bats. Blam, blam, blam. That's what he does. So there you come in, and you're like, yeah, it looks good. And there's a liar snake sitting right there. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of scientists don't know that. Because this snake is very rare, and he exists out in our desert, in our mine shafts. Right? I'll tell you right now. Another thing, when it gets hot out in the desert, you know where everything goes and hides? It hides in that mine shaft. Because it's nice and cool back there. It's real shady. So everything goes and hides. I'll tell you what happened to me one time. I went in there, never again. I walked into the mine shaft, and this was years ago when I was younger, and I was walking around like this, and I said, oh, and then I stood there like this. I go, man, this is crazy. It was all dark. I was waiting for my eyes to focus in the dark. And then I heard shh, 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 shh. I said, no way. You know what that is? That's a rattlesnake, right? Shh, shh, shh. I go, no way. And I couldn't see him and everything. So I moved, and I moved a little bit towards, because I didn't know where he was. I was going to go back to the way I came. So then I moved a little bit, and I heard and there was more than one snake in there, and it was dark. And I didn't know where he was. So then I said, I'm going back out. So I walked back out to the light. I was all scared. And I was like, whoa, what was that? That was crazy. That was just crazy. I was so stupid to do that. And then I looked like this, and I seen a big old giant black widow climbing right here. Black widows are nocturnal. That means they like nighttime. He was looking for some place to hide in the dark to get out of the sun. And it would usually be in your shirt to climb down. He'll climb somewhere because he has to get in the dark. Guys, got that? That's mine shafts. You stay out of those mine shafts. Right? Okay. You guys got all that, right? Remember that, okay? I don't want to have to go find one of you out in the desert. The desert is beautiful out there, but you have to go prepared. You have to drink water. You have to bring you snacks when you go out there hiking. Make sure you got a lot of water. I carry a lot of water, you guys. I run 100-mile foot races. I could run from here to Los Angeles, or I could run from here to Victorville, back to Barstow, back to Victorville, and then back to Barstow. I could run that to you guys. And I know I have to be in shape because I do rescues out in the desert. I have to take care of myself. Plus, I love to run. Okay? Let me see here. Oh. You know how many years I've been coming to this school? 25 years. I've been coming here 25 years. My kids went to school here. Right? My kids went to school. And I'm going to tell you something. One of my sons, Lucas, he went to preschool right here, this school class right here. He went through the whole school system, every school system. And now you know what it is? He loves animals so much. I sent him to a big, huge college in Humboldt. And he came back to the desert. And now he sticks up for it. He's one of the biggest environmentalists in the desert. He's the California state manager. And he came from here. And you know what he does? You know the Joshua trees or the desert tortoise or the different plants that are in trouble on the desert? You know what he does? He goes to Washington, D.C., and he tells to the president, he sits there and he talks to him and says, look at here, our desert is in trouble and we need to pass this and protect the desert tortoise. You guys got this, okay? We got that one. Okay. Animal safety. When you guys are out there hiking, this is look at this. Even out here, when you're out here, and this is bees, okay? The bee, you know, the bees. When you're out in the desert and you're walking with all your friends and you're you just walk, and this one bee, look at this, pay attention to this. This one bee comes up to you and he goes like this and he flies and he goes boop and he bumps you. Bumps any of you. He just comes, goes, and he's flying around. You guys are all on a field trip out in the desert, and this one bee comes, and he goes, and he comes like this, and he goes, boop, and he bumps you, and he flies back, and goes, I'm sure you guys all know this, has done that, has experienced this, right? So it goes boom, and it bumps you, and you go like, shoo, 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 okay? Then he comes back again, and he goes boom, and he bumps you. You know what he's doing? He's telling you don't come any forward. He's trying to tell you stop, because his queen bee and all the other beehives is behind him, and he just go. They send him out there, and he goes boom, and he bumps you, and then they'll bump you again, boom, and he's trying to tell you stop. Okay, so watch this. You're walking, and that bee comes. He goes boom, and then you go. Poof. He goes poof. He sends out like a smell, just poof, in the air. Because you smashed them. Then the other bees smell that. And then you know what it does? The queen bee, she says, go get them. And they send more bees after you. And then you're like, whoa, look at all these bees. Right? You guys got that? So when you see a bee, even out here, and you're in the desert, and we're walking, and he bumps you, and you just ignore him, you stop there, and then you watch that one bee, and he'll go like this. He'll go, and he'll fly back, and he'll fly into a canyon, or he'll fly on a rock, and that's where all his nest is. And you say, okay, we're not going that way. We're going to go another way. That's number one, you guys, in the desert. If you don't want to get bit by bees or stung by bees, okay? Go ahead, man.
When the bees hit you, do they like sting you?
Oh, yeah. They'll sting you. They'll sting you. Yes, they will. Okay, you guys got that?
Yeah.
Don't mess with the bees. That's the wildlife. Bees. I got all that one. Snakes. Yes. This one here. That one there, you guys. See that green one? See that green one? Look at here. See that green snake right there? Right? He's out in our desert. He's called a Mojave green, okay? He's out in the desert. He has 2 venoms. And they're not good, okay? He's the 8th deadliest snake in the world, and he lives out in that desert, okay? I'm going to show you something. When you're walking, you and your friends, let's go hiking, backpack, and you're having a good time, and then you're walking on the trail, and then you see this big old snake laying across the trail. He's a venomous, and he's a rattlesnake, and he's sitting there. Who knows the difference between venom and poison? You go ahead. What's that, Mia?
The poison can give you death, but the venomous can probably like keep you safe.
Pretty close. Look at this. Venom, poison is something like underneath the sink, you know, and you drink it. That's poison. You just poisoned yourself. Venom is when something like a bee, a tarantula, a scorpion, a rattlesnake, or a wasp, that's venom. You just got venomized. That's the difference, okay? Venom and poison. You guys remember that? So watch this. You're walking down the trail, you and all your friends and everything, and you see this big old venomous rattlesnake laying on the trail, okay? And he's cold-blooded. He's out. He just got out, and he's warming. He's laying on the dirt. He's like, because he's cold-blooded. He needs to warm up his blood to go hunting. He's going to go hunting. So then he sits there and he goes, and he's sucking in all the heat into his body to warm it up because he's going to go hunting. And then here you come. And you're like, oh, there's a snake right there. And you tell all your friends, right? There's a snake right there. And then you just look at him. Then you get closer. And then he'll go like this. He'll go. That means, hey, I'm right here. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I want no trouble. Okay? And then he starts looking at you. And then let's just say there's 5 of you. And he starts picking up on you. He just sees 5 red beams like that. 5 red beams of people. And then you go, oh, let's get closer. Then you get closer. And then those red beams, they were like, get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he says, oh, here they come. Here they come. He's like, shh. Then he's going to go like this. He's going to go like that. Like, hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And then you guys get closer. And you start picking up rocks. You start picking up sticks because you're going to harass him. And then you're going to get closer. And he's going to go. That means let's fight. Let's go. We're going to fight. I already warned you twice. Sounds like a leaky tire, air tire. And you're like, whoa. And then this is what he does. He sees these big red beams and he starts curling up. Remember, he was that big. He curls up in a little tiny ball, right? Let me see. It kind of looks like this. See that? See that? He kind of looks like that, right? And then watch this. Let's just say he's right there. Right? And he was that big. And then he's like that. And then you get closer. And then he gets in a little tiny ball. And then you think, oh, I could get closer because he's small. And then you get closer and you're poking at him with this tiny little stick like that. And you're throwing rocks at him. He's like, shh. And then remember, your whole body is red. And as soon as you go like that, this is all red. Shapow. And that's it. He got you. And you're going to go like this. Whoa, he bit me. And then boom, to the hospital. Right? You guys got that? So when you see him, you just let him go. You leave him around, you go walk around some other way and just leave him alone, okay? You guys got that? Whew. Okay. Oh, this is the one I got to tell you now. Actually, you know why I really come here? It's because the desert tortoise, right? You guys know what a desert tortoise is, right? Okay. When you go out to that desert, you cannot pick up these tortoises. You cannot pick them up. You cannot pick up these parts. You have to leave them out there. See this? When you go out to the desert, you leave them out there. Don't pick them up, because when our scientists go out there, the desert tortoise scientist goes out there, this is evidence that that desert tortoise lives out in the desert, right? Because if they don't find nothing, then they're going to build houses and they're going to be Walmarts. They're going to build everything over this tortoise habitat. Okay, so you guys have to leave this stuff out here. It's evidence for the scientists to know that this animal exists out there, okay? Look at this. He's in trouble right now in the desert. He's going to the extinction. You guys know what extinction means? That means he's almost gone out of our desert, right? Right? He's almost gone out of our desert. And these are the reasons why. Watch this. I hope you guys could all see, huh? Watch this. I'm going to show you. You guys just sit down. You guys just look. Can you guys, you'll be able to see. Well, they can't see. Let me see. Can you guys see right here? All of you? Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Now watch this. And I'm going to tell you guys. See all these tortoises? Watch this. I got to get one. Wait. You guys have patience with me. Watch this. I'll be over there right now, okay? This is a live baby tortoise, all right? And you'll never guess where I found him. You guys will never guess where I found this baby tortoise. Every single year I will find 7 of them. And you know where I find them? Because I work up there by the college. I told you I'm a park ranger, right? So when I run home, because I live right down the street here, I run and I find 7 of these baby tortoises. Threatened endangered species, almost heading to extinction. He's our #1 reptile in California, state of California. He's our reptile. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. You thought I was slipping, huh? Look at here. So when I come running home, this is no lie, I find these babies in the gutter right here. In the gutter in front of this school, because somebody up in these hills up here has a tortoise that is breeding babies, don't even know it. The babies get out and they want to head back out to the desert for the flowers. Every single year I'll find 7 baby tortoises. This is the protected species. If you have these in your house and he's not licensed, the government's going to show up and say, where's the tortoise? Because you have to tag these things. You have to have license. You like a dog? You have to have a license if you own one of these. And it's easy to do. It's easy to do, but they're hard to take care of, you guys. But look at this. He's a baby. But you got to pay attention to this. Pay attention. See the shell right there, how soft it is? Yeah. See that? See this? Look at this. Yeah. See how soft the shell is right there? His belly? It's still soft. It hasn't grown together. Now watch this. See how you guys go, oh, look at how cute. I want one of those. Oh, beautiful, right? But watch this. You know who's #1 enemy? You know who poked all the holes in those? The raven, not a crow, raven. The raven that sits on those trees over there waiting for you guys is trash. If you don't pick up your trash, it blows out against that fence and he knows that it's trash, right? So in the desert, watch this. In April, the desert blooms. You guys seen it's all full of flowers, right? There's flowers everywhere in the desert. Those baby tortoises like that, they come out of their burrow, 15, 8, 10, whatever. How many? They come out and they have to eat flowers in April. They have to eat flowers in April. They come out and they say, let's go get some flowers. I'm hungry. Babies. And they come out like this. This is trash. Doesn't it look like flowers? Right? Doesn't it look like flowers? Colored flowers, right? Now watch this. Let's just say you just say, oh, I don't care, throw it out there. You throw the trash like that and it's out there in the desert. This guy, he comes flying in out to the desert after you've been camping and everything. You leave all your trash out there. He comes flying, going to go get trash, and he flies. Now watch this. He flies and then he lands right here. And he picks that trash. He goes, oh, there ain't nothing in there. These guys, the babies, thinks it's flowers, and then guess who he rather eat? Boom. He'll watch this. This is what he does to them. Remember that little cute little baby you just seen? That's what he does, and he eats all of them, you guys. He'll eat all 10, 8, 9 baby tortoises. Look at that. This is what he does to them. Yeah. Right? See that? He picks right through the shells like if he's an egg. And then watch this. If he can't pick to the bottom soft part, he'll pick up the baby tortoise and he'll fly like this. And he'll fly and then he'll see a rock or he'll see the street and he'll drop it. Bam! And then he'll pick it up, and then that's when he cracks it and eats all the baby tortoise. The baby tortoise is still alive when he does that. And then watch this. After he's done eating them, he flies around. He flies around in a circle because he only ate 3 of them out of 9 baby tortoises. He flies around in a circle, and then he'll go like this. And you probably heard him. He'll go, ah, ah. You know what that means? That means come and eat. There's food in my area. And he flies in a circle, and then all his buddies come, and they eat all the baby tortoises. Yeah. So what I'm saying is pick up your trash, you guys. You might think that it's just a little piece of paper, you know, like from the Skittles or something like that. But it means a lot. It means a lot. It could save these guys' lives. And don't get in the habit of just throwing your trash. You got to pick it up, you guys. You have to pick it up because these are the ones that lose their lives, is these baby tortoises. Because I've seen you guys all like, oh, I love him, the baby. Okay, so you got to take care of them. Okay. This is good. You guys know what pollination is. This is what you need to study in your class. Take your pollination. Do they know what pollinators are? The bees? Not yet?
We're going to get to it.
You want me to explain it?
Go for it.
Watch this. I'm going to do it real quick, okay? And then you guys will see how important this tortoise is. Look at here. I'm going to do it real quick. That's a desert tortoise, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's a bee. That's a bee right there. Right? Desert tortoise on the top of all these species, animals. The bee is all pollinators. You guys got to pay attention to this because you guys are going to study this. This is very important for you guys' existence and my existence here on Earth, is these two things. Right? You guys got that, right? Yep. Now watch this. These two species, the bee and the desert tortoise, are called keystone species. Remember that word, keystone species. Okay? And what that means is, you know how we have bees? Bees are master pollinators. If we didn't have bees, we would not have fruit. We wouldn't have vegetables. We would have nothing, because he travels from flower to flower pollinating so that we can get fruits and vegetables. He's the keystone species, okay? You guys got that, right?
Yeah.
If he disappears, then we don't have no fruits, we have no trees, nothing, no grass, no flowers, no nothing. If he disappears, he's in trouble too right now, the bee. Okay, here in the desert is our desert tortoise, right? He is a keystone species. If he disappears, all our lizards, all our snakes, all our reptiles, animals start disappearing in the desert, right? He's 50% gone out of our desert because of trash and people taking him out of the desert, right? You guys got that? Keystone species. When you study keystone species, then you're going to know what I'm talking about, okay? So that's why I'm here to try to slow things down with that desert tortoise. You guys got that, right? Because look at here. You have the bee, you have the desert tortoise. Keystone species are on the top right here. Once he disappears, everything goes like this. It goes, and then everything disappears. You guys got that? Got it? Keystone species. You guys can't scream. I'm going to show you my snakes, all right? We got like 10 minutes. When I pull out my snakes and everything, I'm going to explain to you. Don't jump around, okay? So if I have a snake like this and I'm holding them, right? And I'm holding them, and then you guys start screaming like, ah! And then he gets scared because you guys moved real quick, or you jump up like you're scared. If you're scared now, you go sit in the back. If you're afraid of snakes. They're not venomous. Remember, he's not venomous. He don't bite, or else I won't harm. So I hold him right here, gets all nervous because you scream. Who do you think he's going to bite? No. How do you know he's going to bite me? I'm going to throw him. Yeah. Laugh at that one. See, their faces are... This one here is called a rose. Pay attention. This one here is called a rosy boa, okay? It's a constrictor. It grabs its food and it kills it. And it's from here. And this is kind of like the only place you'll find it, really. Okay? And what it does, you've seen the big giant snakes, right? Yeah. Those are from other countries. They're boa constrictors. But here in our desert, we have one, and she's called a rosy boa. See? All my animals are all rescued, you guys. The boys and girls, they're all rescued. Right? I didn't take them out of the wilds here. No, I wish it could, but there's too many. She's pretty, huh?
Yeah.
And you'll find these out in the desert, but when you see these out in the desert, you leave them there. Right? Leave them there. Don't bring them to your house and try to make them nice habitat, because he's a wild snake. See him?
She's so pretty.
Yeah, she just shed it.
I want to pet it.
Nah. Like, no, I wish I could, but then everybody's gonna want to pet it, and by the end of the day, it is sore. It's like if somebody came, all these people here came and petted you, you'd be pretty sore, huh? Right? So that she's gonna get tired. So this is the rosy boa. You guys, you'll see her out there, right? This snake here, he's a good snake. He's called a California king snake. He's a California king snake. Remember that. Because he's king of all snakes in this desert. He eats rattlesnakes. So if you guys live like in Hinckley around the desert and you see this around your farm or ranch or your house, even around here, if you see him, just leave him alone because he eats rattlesnakes. A lot of people will kill this snake because he thinks he's venomous. They'll kill him, and guess who gets to move in by the house? Rattlesnakes. And to try to fix that and reverse that, it's just not going to happen. You just invited all the rattlesnakes into your house. He's the California king snake. That means he eats everything. He eats rattlesnakes. I'll start over here now. This is a small one, you guys. He gets big. See him? But you would think, if you would think, if you saw this, you'd kill him because he looks like he's poison venomous, right? You're like, oh, look at that, he looks venomous, but he's not. He'll eat a rattlesnake. I know you guys are wondering, how does he eat a rattlesnake, right? See that? Right? He's gonna get that big. Yeah. And he eats rattlesnakes. So you just leave him alone. He's not venomous. Now watch this. Listen. I hate that. You know how everybody says, how can he eat rattlesnakes, okay? You know what he does? I was in the desert and I was driving and I heard shh, and I go, man, I got a flat tire now. And I was in a canyon up by Calico's, driving, and I go, man, I got a flat tire. I go, I gotta get out of here. And then I looked and I seen a big giant rattlesnake. He was like, shh, but he wasn't looking at me, at the truck. He was like, shh. And then I looked on the hill, and here comes one of these big king snakes coming down the hill like this. And that rattlesnake was like, shh. And I go, oh no, they're gonna fight. I go, I gotta see this. So I turned the truck off, right? And I sat there, and it was like right there fighting. That snake came down, that king snake. That rattlesnake was scared. It was a big rattlesnake. He's like, shh. And the king snake went down, and he went right in front of there, and he made himself into a ribbon, this snake, into a ribbon like this. And then he'd go like that, and he'd go like this. Then he'd drag his head on the floor like this, and the rattlesnake would go wham and miss and miss and miss. Rattlesnakes are big and heavy, got big heads. He went boom, and then once he laid down like this, that king snake went whack, grabbed him by his nose, wrapped around, suffocated him, and ate him. That's how he works. And you know what he did? You know what he did? The stripes. Can you imagine? Look at this. Can you imagine looking at those stripes going like this? You'd get dizzy, huh? Wouldn't you? Right? So what he did was look at this. See those stripes? Look at the stripes. Can you imagine if you were a rattlesnake trying to bite that? The rattlesnake got dizzy, and he missed, and he missed, and he missed, and then this guy got him by his nose and ate him. And that's what he does. It's like when the lion is trying to catch a zebra, all the stripes, he's just like, whoa, and then he just gets dizzy. He don't know what to eat. Right? You guys got that? California king snake. Did you have, teacher?
Yes, I have a question. So are California king snakes boa constrictors?
No.
No.
They will, most of them are, but that rosy boa constrictor, she specializes in that. Because she has a little tiny mouth, so when she grabs her mouth, she has to crush it and then stretch it out. These guys can open their mouths really huge. Right? Okay. Go ahead. Now, don't even mess with them, because you know what? You got to know what kind of snake it is. You got to know, because sometimes you'll go up to a snake and you say, oh, he doesn't have a rattle. Like, he doesn't have a rattle. You go try to get him. What happened was he lost his rattle in a fight or a rock, or he shedded his rattle. So you don't even know what kind of snake he is. Best thing to do is just leave them all alone. Right?
Wow.
Yes.
Pretty.
This is a gopher snake, right? Yes. And I've had this one for a long time. You know how long I've had this one? Since it was as big as a pencil. It was really sick. Somebody got it out of the desert, out of the wildlife, and couldn't take care of it. So I took it and I fed it, and that's like all of these. All these are all rescued.
He's so long.
Yeah. And you know what? He's going to get a lot bigger than that. He's probably going to get, they get to 7 feet. Yeah.
You must have been taking good care of him.
Yeah. He's pretty, right? Look at, you know what he does? He's smelling the other snakes on me. See his head? He thinks he's gonna bite me, cause he smells all the other snakes on my hands. He's like, but you know, I already know when he's gonna bite me. See, look at him. See him? See him? See him?
Yeah.
He thinks he's gonna bite me, but he's not, cause I already know what he's doing. See his head? See how it's down like this? Because he smells all the other snakes on me. And he senses they're on me. See that?
You said it's a cobra?
No, this here is a gopher snake.
Oh.
He lives everywhere. He lives around here, but mostly around farms and ranches because he likes to eat baby chickies and he likes to eat eggs and he likes to eat mice. This is a good snake too to have around. And
Non-venomous.
yeah, non-venomous, but he's big. Yeah, he's got that gopher snake. Very good snake to keep, right? See his tongue? He's ready here. Oh, you know what he likes to do though? In the desert, he'll puff up his cheeks. He'll puff up his cheek and make his head like a triangle, like a venomous rattlesnake, and then he'll back up. He'll back up and he'll get his tail, and he'll get his tail and he'll go like that, and he'll whack it and it'll sound like a rattle, and then a lot of people say, "Oh, he's a rattlesnake," and all he's doing is acting like a rattlesnake, and then people kill him. So, yep, there's the gopher snake. Remember, Keystone species pollinators, okay? Remember that. And wear your helmets. You know what? I rescued a man. I rescued a man in the desert, and I was driving through the desert, and I looked, and I said, what are they doing? And one of them had a spray can. He had a spray can, and he was trying to spray paint a rattlesnake's head with a spray paint. And the snake bit him. It bit him, so I said, you got to go to the hospital. Called the helicopter, took him to the hospital, Loma Linda. And then, you know what? He came back to where I work, and he goes, you remember me? I go, well, yeah. And he had his little kids in it. He goes, I just came back to tell you thank you. It was stupid what I did. It was dumb what I was doing. I had a little bit too much to drink. And I go, well, it's all right. You know, things happen. You know, you understand now. And then I was walking with him to the parking lot, back to the parking lot. And he said, you know what, Art? That cost me $500,000. That's what my bill is. $500,000. That's a lot of money. That's like 3 houses, right? And it cost him that much because he was allergic to the anti-venom that they give you, the medicine for a snake bite. He was allergic to it, and he spent 45 days in the hospital, right? So you guys don't mess with the wildlife out in the desert. Leave it alone. Take a picture or just don't mess with them, okay? This one here is a chuckawalla. Yeah, say that 10 times. Look at here. He likes to live at 110, 120 degrees. He lives way up on top of the rocks, and he'll sit there and it's super hot. He loves the hot air. And then when something comes flying by, like a hawk or something, or a snake tries to climb the rocks to get him, he'll let all the air out of his belly, and then he'll squeeze into the cracks, and then he'll blow his belly up like a balloon, and he'll just hang on. And then when something like a lizard or the roadrunner tries to pick at him, he whacks him with the tail. And and this is a small one too, you guys. Yeah. Okay. What was his name? Chuckawalla. Right?
I love that.
Yeah. Look. No. But his tail's like a cactus. It's hard. See him? See how fat his belly is?
Yeah.
He's kind of like my belly when I eat too much pizza.
I want to pet it.
See him?
Are they poisonous?
Nope. He just eats plants, you guys. Boys and girls, he just eats plants. Let's go over here. See how big his belly is? Look at that. You know, his tail's like a cactus. Look at that.
He'll hit you with it.
Oh yeah, he will, and it hurts. Almost like an iguana. See that? No, because then everybody's gonna want to touch him. I would love to let you guys touch him, but he's just gonna get sore. You can see him. Chuckawalla. I call him Chuck Norris. But Chucky, this is Chucky. Okay, now watch. Look at this. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Look at this. He has ears right there. See those ears right there, those little holes? Those are ears. When you take your motorcycle out to the desert and you take all that stuff out of the muffler and it's like super loud, this is what happens to our reptiles. You're going up a canyon, he's sitting on the rock, desert tortoises, lizards, everything on, and you're going up this canyon and you took all that stuff, your muffler like rah, really loud, rah, and you're going up there, that noise, trip on this, that noise goes like this. From the motorcycle, it goes boom, 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 and blows his eardrums out to our reptiles. And then he can't hear. He can't hear no more because his eardrums are all blown out. His ears are boom, they're out. He can't hear. He can't hear if something's sneaking up on him. He just can't hear no more. And it's because some people like to change their motorcycle noise and in their cars and stuff, and it blows their eardrums out. But he just eats plants. That's all. Chucky the Chuckawalla. He don't like being in this bag though. All right, you guys come first. Come and you can look at all my stuff. If you want to look, just let me know, okay?
No touching.
Yeah. Come on, you can come over here too, and you can look at my snakes. Then you guys will be next. Come on, you guys can come out. You can tell them whenever they come. You have any questions? Now you got a question.
Okay, you guys should be in online.
Huh?
Me and my stepfather and my cousins, we found one of those that you were just holding.
What was it?
We found one of those that you were just holding.
Chuckawalla? On the rocks? Yeah. Go ahead.
My dad once killed like a king snake.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you get rid of the king snake, you know who's moving in.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes. Go ahead.
Before, I was at my friend's Alex house and I found there one of the snakes.
Did you? Creepy, huh?
It was like yellow with like white and orange.
He was probably a corn snake. Go ahead.
My friend Abigail's dad has loads of snakes and he got them from like a pet store and he takes care of them.
Nice. I love snakes. I like sticking up from. Any more questions? Oh, go ahead. That's a venomous snake, right? Because see his fangs?
Oh, the fangs.
And he's green snake.
It's
So he could probably go Mojave green. It could be a green rattlesnake, Mojave green rattlesnake, like the one in the picture, right? Go ahead.
I have one snake, but it got sick and died.
Yeah, they're hard to take care of. I'll tell you. Go ahead.
You know the king King snake.
Yeah,
How did they become a king?
because he's smart. Because you know what? He has those black and white stripes, right? So he uses it and he hypnotizes it. Like if you've seen black and white stripes going like that, you get dizzy, right? You're like, whoa. So that's his advantage. So he's the California king snake.
I love snakes.
Eats lizards, eats everything.
What are those crystals that were on your table, like the rainbow one?
Yeah? You like rocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should study them. It's very important. Go ahead.
Are the bones like real bones?
Yeah. Bobcat, badger, coyote. Go ahead.
Are the turtle shells, are you able to take them back to the desert?
Nope. They can't go back out there no more. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you need a license for having a snake?
Fishing license. You go to Walmart, buy a fishing license. Go ahead.
Why does the whatever one, you know, the koala thingamajig?
Yeah.
Why whenever a car noise thingamajig goes on, why does it blast his ears out?
It's like, you know how it goes boom, 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 the noise? That's how we hear it. It goes like this. It'll go boom, 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 and then boom. Go ahead, sweetie.
Does the lizard has a hearing?
Yes, he has ears. He does have ears. Go ahead.
Does snakes get scared of water?
No, I have to give him baths to help him shed. Go ahead, babe.
Are all those snakes yours?
All of them. I have more. Go ahead.
What is the black bug called?
The black one, he's a beetle. He's not a stink beetle. Okay. I'll show you right now. Okay, go ahead.
What do the chocolate do in the water?
They go to sleep in the rocks. Go ahead.
Where do you keep all of them?
In my house, I got a room. Hey, you guys, I got a room in my house that has all snakes, all lizards, and then more snakes, and then all spiders. Go ahead.
Why does the last snake have like a different head color than its body?
They're all different according to where they live. Okay, watch this. A lot of you is asking what these black beetles are, right? And you'll probably see them out here. You'll see them in the desert, and they walk, and they're walking like this with their bum straight up in the air. They call them stink bugs, right? Excuse me. Okay? So he walks like this. He walks like this with his bum in the air, and everybody says, oh, he's a stink bug. He's going to spray us. So they smash him or they kick him. The only thing he's doing is if you'll notice, he's walking towards the sun. There's the sun. He walks like this. He's walking, and what he's doing is because he's black, is what he's doing is he's making sweat on his body, right? And then the sweat goes down his head, and then he'll blow a little bubble like bloop, and then he'll drink water. That's all he's doing. He's just collecting water on his back. But a lot of people say, oh, he's going to spray me. He's a stink bug, and they smash him. That's not what's happening. All he's doing is trying to get a drink of water. You guys remember that when you see him, okay? Okay, watch this. I'm going to tell you how I got into this, okay? I was born in Los Angeles, and a lot of things didn't go too good in my family. You know, we had a lot of brothers and sisters, so a lot of things didn't go too good. So I would go to the Los Angeles River, the Rio Hondo, and the San Gabriel River, and I would go there with all my brothers and sisters, and we would go exploring, okay? So I loved it. I loved that stuff. So then I came to the desert. The desert changed my life. It taught me how to love animals, how to love every single little thing has the right to live. To a little ant, to a little bug, has the right to live. So it changed my life, and I just fell in love with everything. I fell in love with that desert tortoise, the reptiles, and it changed my whole life. Now I'm a park ranger for the government, 45 years, right? 45 years I've been out there, and I studied, you guys. This is a no-brainer, right? Listen to me. Listen to me, okay? You guys have teachers, okay? You have teachers. One day you're gonna want to go to school. You're gonna go to college and study and be like this and do classes like that, or go stick up for the desert tortoise, stick up for all these animals, stick up for the desert. But you have to have an education. You have to learn how to read. You have to know science, and you have to know math. You have to do that. And the teachers are here to teach that. If you don't pay attention to your teacher, you don't do your homework, you don't listen, hey, you're going to have a very, very hard time going to college and trying to take care of these animals. All right, I seen all you guys love you guys love that baby tortoise. You know how much a scientist gets paid to go protect those baby tortoises? You guys, he just walks out there and looks for desert tortoises because he went to college and now he's back at a scientist like my son. My son, all my kids are scientists, right? They're all wildlife scientists. They get paid a lot of money. They could buy anything. They could buy anything they want. And you know what's the best thing? Is they could buy me whatever I want. Right? So pay attention to your teachers, you guys. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth about me. Listen to this. I pulled all this off. I worked for the government for all this. I have a beautiful house, sent all my kids to the college, but trip out on this. I didn't pay attention to my teachers. I graduated from high school with a 3rd grade level. I didn't learn how to read and write till I was 21 years old. When I moved to Barstow, my wife taught me how to read and write. Right? And you know why? Because I goofed off in school. And it was a struggle. But I did it because I had a passion for this. You guys understand that? 3rd grade level. And when I graduated that was from high school. Right? And I'm going to tell you something else. Listen to this. You think that was hard? I spent 18 foster homes. Yeah, I went through 18 foster homes. Right? So it was a struggle. But listen to this. The main thing that I wish I would have learned through all that I went through, I wish I would have got an education, and I wish I would have listened to my teachers. Because I'm going to tell you, in this world, pay attention, in this world right now, the most powerful thing is up here, is this brain. This is what's going to get you through everything. So you guys need to pay attention that's why you're here. You need to pay attention to your teachers and get very smart. Okay? You guys got that? You guys remember this? Keystone species, right? Pollinators, right? Okay, then. It's big. I go, come over here, Lucas, come on, look how pretty he is. And you know what that snake was doing, that red one like that? It wasn't him, but he was going like this, and when I was looking at him, he was pooping. He was pooping like this, and I go, look at his head, look how pretty he is. And he pooped, and then you know what he did? The poop, he got his tail, and he goes, sheesh, all over our face. I said, oh, that was it. Oh, okay. That's it. One more question.
Did you hold the red one?
No, he bites me. You should see me trying to put him in there. He bit me like 3 times. Yeah. All right, the end.